You.
What?
You.
What?
You keep your fiancé away from my wife, away from Blake.
Did Selena do something?
Between you and your bridal magazines and Selena's advice that, yes, you can get your man to marry you if you pretend to be Martha Stewart, it is no longer safe for me to go home.
Oh, first off, let me set the record straight here. This magazine was not mine. It's Selena's, and I mean, if she did me some advice, she meant well. And what did Blake do?
She became this woman who looked like Blake, who sounded like Blake, but she was dressed like a doily, and she acted like June Cleaver.
Oh, it couldn't have been that bad.
Buzz, she made tea.
What's wrong with tea?
In a silver tea service. She took all the bread and cut the crust off.
Well, you know, a lot of people hate the crusts.
Buzz, 2 words. Petty fours.
Maybe we do need to separate them.
And scones. She fed me scones. And without provocation, she threw the scones at my head, Buzz. She threw them at my head. I don't know if she meant to miss, but I'm not altogether sure.
If I didn't know you better, I'd say you're enjoying this.
Yeah, well, I should. It's been a while since I've had her undivided attention. And I bet that right now, she's thinking of me.
How to kill you, maybe.
Well, nonetheless, it's me she's thinking of.
Well, the fact that she's miserable, that doesn't bother you at all?
She's not miserable. She's Blake.
Are you sure about this?
Well, I want this to work. Very little else has.
So slowly driving her insane is going to keep you together?
She's driving herself insane. It's not like I came up with some grand scheme. I came up with 2 things to keep my sanity, all right? I don't do divorces at work. I don't do marriages at home.
So you don't break commitments at work, but you don't do them yourself?
Exactly, yes.
You're running. That's what you're doing. You're running. And as a former track star myself, I can smell it a mile away.
I think it's the gown. I think it's the wedding dress itself.
I think it's avoidance.
It's a big part of why women want to get married. It's so they can wear the wedding dress. Now, don't get me wrong, Blake looked wonderful in hers.
But you never want to see her walking down the aisle in one again.
No. Not now, anyway. And yes, I do love her.
Well, the bigger question would be, does she love you?
Yes, she loves me.
So why are you testing her? I mean, a woman that goes to such lengths, you know.
Because that's what she does. She goes to great lengths, and I just want her to live with me day to day without creating this artificial drama.
And without a safety net.
And we live happily, unmarried, forever and ever.
Oh, the best laid plans, you know.
I know what I'm doing.
If you've seen her reading these magazines...
I know how to deal with my Blake.
There is a reason you keep saying wife, you know?
Habit?
Take off the running shoes. They don't fit.
Wait a minute.
I'm the wrong person to be giving advice.
Why do you say that? I think you're on a roll.
I'm on a roll, all right. I've managed to ruin the lives of every Cooper in town. The family's cursed, and it's my fault. No.
Define cursed.
I abandoned them. Their lives are messes.
They're grown-ups. They turned out great.
But their love life, you know.
Oh, no, well, when it comes to life, it doesn't matter how they were raised or who did it. Love is messy.
I set the example. I think that's why I was badgering you about Blake.
Oh, yeah? Well, maybe that's not it. And maybe you're not worried about your kids. Maybe you're worried about you and Selena.
Oh, wedding bell jitters? No.
Has that certain ring of finality to it, doesn't it?
That's you. My life, for once, is going in the right direction. I can't seem to do the right thing to help my kids, though.
And don't do anything.
You would say that.
That's not bad advice.
It's not good advice.
It's not bad advice. You quit running. You help them. That's all you can do, Buzz.
Yeah, well, no.
No.
Sounds so lame.
Buzz, that's all you can do.
That stinks.
You know what would cheer you up?
What?
Baking. Did wonders for me and Blake. And while you're baking, you plan your wedding. Nice, small little ceremony. No bridesmaids, especially Blake.
Yeah.
Reva, all right?
Well, we're trying to be.
Hello, Reva.
Hi, Ross.
From the tone of your phone call, I expected to find one or both of you dead.
Well, we possibly could be if we don't get this divorce settled.
Oh. Call your attorneys.
Actually, we don't have lawyers anymore, Ross.
We fired the bloodsuckers tonight. In fact, we wouldn't have had them in the first place if you had agreed to help us out.
Reva, I can't.
Oh, Ross, why not? Come on.
It's
We're
just
willing
too
to...
painful to be involved with the divorces of my friends, particularly you two.
Ross, if we're willing to work through all the details right here and now, tonight, the least you can do is stick around, make sure we get the legal stuff right. Come on.
We'll pay your fee. We're not asking for charity, although I probably should because I probably won't get the $10,000 back from the attorney that you referred me to.
This is a form of blackmail, you know?
Yes, it is, but we need you.
We'll get it all settled tonight. We promise.
You think if you do it fast, it'll be easier?
If we do it fast, it will be done. Please.
All right, I'll tell you what. I will do it if both of you swear to me that you absolutely want this divorce.
It's not so much a question of wanting as much as it is getting through the pain.
We just flat out cannot keep on going on like this, Ross. If nothing else, Reva's interest in the business has become a problem.
And we keep fighting about the kids, and unless we get some kind of structure that we've agreed on, we're going to end up killing each other and traumatizing the kids for the rest of their lives.
I hope you don't think that a piece of paper is going to stop the fights or alleviate the hurt and disappointment.
Well, it'll be a start, right? We just can't stay in this place. We have to move on, because if we don't, we'll never be free.
And Josh needs to feel free.
But you don't.
I didn't mean that the way it sounded. It's just that I can understand. I certainly can understand, you know, after everything that I put you through this past year, not to mention this past period of time, that
Reva,
you would want...
you've taken your share of hits in the past. Don't make this all your fault. I don't.
Listen, I don't want to be a party to this.
No, Ross, please.
Come on, man. You got to help us out here, all right? We can't stay in one place any longer.
I mean, if we
You gotta
drag
help
this
us.
out, we're going to end up being nasty and bitter and ugly with
That's
each
right.
other.
We're trying to save some sense of a decent relationship here. Please, we need your help now.
Okay. Show me what you have, and we'll try and figure out the next step. All right, this is all of your individual assets, and there's no disagreement.
That's right.
And these are all of the shared assets?
Yes.
Is that correct? Well, that's a good start, because a lot of people try and hide things. Imagine that. Now, do you agree on the values of the shared asset? They're correct?
Yes.
All right. And you're going to split them equitably, which makes life easier. So I will take care of all the legal requirements. Now, what you have to do next is you have to make a decision on how to share custody of the kids, and then that's it.
Sounds easy when he puts it that way, doesn't it?
I want you to keep in mind that you want to like each other when this is all done. And I want you to remember what both of you have said to me. Now, obviously, you need time to talk about this, so I'll be in the garden. Come get me when you're done, all right?
Okay. First thing on the list is the IRAs.
Oh, well, I don't really care about the money. I mean, you can do whatever you want to with those, and I'll consent to it. It's really just the child custody that I care about.
You think you can trade money for Mara and Shane?
Oh, it's not a trade.
No, it's not.
No, because you can see them. But given the current situation, I don't think any judge in the
Current
country is going to
situation,
agree.
Reva? You gonna go over that old road again?
They saw what they saw, and you can't undo it.
Well, what about dodging flying glass, Reva?
It was a broken
Come on.
door. It had nothing to do with their emotional stability.
Really? Then why did Mara come running to me, citing domestic violence?
Because she's a teenager and wanted to wind you up.
Oh, I see. But when she goes to you, talking about stuff that I've done, then she's a wounded child.
No, I don't
Come
wanna go
on.
over this
You know,
again.
this is so typical. You drop a bomb like, oh, I'm going to keep the kids, and then you just expect me to deal with it.
And
There's
you
nothing
think
I
if
can
you
say
keep
about
making
it.
the same point over and over again, that it becomes truth?
Well, if you would hear me the first time, I wouldn't have to
Believe
repeat
me,
myself.
I hear you. I do hear you. I just don't agree. But you can't take that, can you? Because you're the most reasonable guy in the world.
That's
Good
right.
old, sensible old Josh.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and fight fans everywhere, and welcome to Springfield Square Garden, marital fight capital of the world. Tonight, we have a rematch of the last battle of the century. Introducing Reva Tulsa Tornado Lewis. And in the other corner, Josh the Rock Lewis. All right. I don't have to tell you that these opponents have met many times before, and they know each other's every move, so this should be a barn burner. I'm telling you, when the tornado blows through, the roof comes off. Babies end up on the top of phone booths on the other side of town. So the question is, can The Rock withstand that and stay on his feet? Will he have an asset left at the end of the night, or will the storm blow herself out? Tonight is fight night. We find out round one coming up.
I can't fight her. She's a girl.
Hey, if she goes for your wallet, you knock her senseless. Don't back down. Don't give him any ground. And look, whatever you do, don't let him do the math, all right? All right, kid, come on, you got it.
And there's the opening bell. We are underway. They circle each other. They circle each other. They're feeling each other out right now. Reva's coming out a little stronger now with a flurry of blows. And she works the body. Josh looks stunned, and he gets it. He catches Josh on the chin. It looks like he's on the hook for college education for both kids. But he's moving forward now. The Rock is striking back with a right, and a left, and a right. And now he's stalking her. She's a bit wounded. She's coming back into the middle of the ring. Uppercut! But he's getting the catch seduction for the kids with good footwork. He comes at her again, and there is a jab. A right from Reva, and a right from Josh the Rock, and a right from Reva. Now there's a jab, a left jab, bobbing and weaving, going custody, and now she's in trouble. She's bobbing and weaving, trying to get down the end of the round. She's looking for an opening. There it is! The double whammy and the bell! I haven't seen the double whammy in years! Oh, doctor, what a fight this is! That's it for round one, and in this reporter's explanation, there is no clear-cut advantage, but then there never is in the middleweight divorce fight game. Round two coming up.
Shake it off. Olivia's probably counting the days until the kids go away to college, because the only reason she likes to spend any time with them is because she's trying to make points.
You don't know anything about Olivia. You just twist everything you see to fit into your idea of who you think she is.
Well, that's what you do, honey. Believe me, that's exactly what you do.
I'll tell you something, Reva. You've never been a bastion of stability in anybody's life.
Yeah? Well, at least I never brought anyone into our lives who tried to kill you, Joshua. You sure as hell can't say the same thing. You want to talk about your past track record with other women? I'm sorry. I don't want to do this. I don't want to fight like this because it's awful.
You know, I don't think I've made a single mistake in my life that you don't know about, or that hasn't hurt you.
Or that I haven't triggered. You know, how can we know so well how to tear each other apart and not know enough about making each other happy?
It's not true, Reva. We've made each other happy before.
Well, it wasn't enough, was it? And it's scary. It scares me.
Why?
How can someone love another person with every cell in their body and spend nearly their entire life with that person and have it not be enough? But, I mean, if we couldn't make it, then who can? Wait a minute, I don't understand.
I'm fired, as in get out, don't call, we don't want you.
Well, what happened, Vince?
Actually, honey, it was that little tip you gave me. That was a hot one.
What?
The minute I mentioned Reva's past escapades with men, her reputation, that whole thing, temperature in the room dropped about 40 degrees. Then they both exploded. Josh fired me, Reva fired Ernie, and we were both out on our butts.
So what are they doing now?
After I left, who knows? Look, since I'm walking away with a 10 grand retainer, I'll give you a bit of free advice.
What?
I'm a professional at watching people split up. That's what I do. I've seen every kind of divorce and non-divorce known to mankind. You want my bet? Mr. and Mrs. Lewis aren't finished with each other yet.
Pilar, I'm so sorry about your cousin. Is there any news from the hospital?
Don't you have like 3 reporters over there too? I mean, you people have been here already, and I have answered all your questions, so you have your story, Holly.
Well, I'm not asking as a reporter. I wanted to know myself. Ray, he's worked at the hospital on charity drives. I like him. He's a good man, and if I would do a story, it would be about that, about all the good that he does in the community.
I haven't heard from Danny yet. All I know is that he's at the hospital, and when he got there, Ray was still alive, but I don't know anything yet.
I'll be praying for him. If there's anything we can do.
Right. You mean like keeping my family's pain off the front page?
Besides that.
Right.
Hi. Pilar just made me feel like the smallest person in the world, and I'm looking for a table to crawl under.
Yeah, well, you came to the right place.
Thank you. Oh, wow. Bad day at the office? It's a bad day everywhere.
Holly, you've lived in Springfield a long time, haven't you?
Yes, for a good part of my life.
So you would know a lot about everyone in town, right?
I guess. You learn about people.
Yeah, you think you can help me out?
I don't know. I'll try.
Tell me everything you know about Reva Lewis.
Sorry. I didn't mean to have a meltdown like that. Just, sad.
Yeah, I think that's why I've been getting crazier and crazier, the closer we've come to this day.
Well, you're not the only one.
When I think about it, when I think about us, I feel like such a failure.
No. Not you. You never failed me, not ever.
Yes, I did, many times.
Yeah. If anything, we failed each other.
Maybe.
This stinks.
Yes.
The worst thing is that now we'll probably have saner lives or more mature lives or something. But I don't think I'll ever be happy again. Not the way I was with you.
You don't know that for sure, though. You may not be the same, but it doesn't mean it can't be good. You listen to yourself. You're talking like the only way to have fun is to bust stuff, to break through doors, and... I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring that up. I was just trying to make a point here that your life with Noah, at least it doesn't seem boring.
No, it's certainly not that. But he's not you.
Well, maybe that's why it works.
Is that what it's like with you and Olivia?
It's a clean slate. That's what we wanted.
Yeah.
It's you know, it's kind of like leaving home and growing up. You know, you move out, you go out into the real world, you start taking care of yourself, and you become a grown-up. But every time you return to that house, the house you grew up in, no matter how old you are, no matter how grown up you may seem in other places, in that house, you're still just a kid.
I guess that's it, huh? We are each other's homes. And the only real way that we can grow up is if we move out. So what do you say we grow up, huh? Let's get this over with.
How did everything go?
It's still so warm.
Yeah. No breeze at all.
I need everything. Did you settle everything?
I think so. Something else may come up. Who knows? But I think we got pretty much everything.
What about the custody arrangement?
It's on the back. We've decided on joint custody because I think the kids are old enough to know where they're going to want to be at any given moment. And it's hard to think about what else may come up, but we'll do our best.
All right. I will rework this and submit it to the court, and then I will give you a call, and you can come to my office tomorrow, perhaps the next day.
Ross, we were kind of thinking, wondering if we could get this done tonight.
Well, these are blank divorce papers, and I could fill this information onto it later, and I could witness it tonight, so if you want, you can sign it right now.
Please.
Right there.
Thank you, Ross.
And please, don't thank me, all right? I hated every minute of it.
So did we.
But, you know, it had to happen, and now it's done.
I'll be in touch.
Thanks. Good night.
Good night.